Buff Nation.
Let's go.
Welcome in to DNVR Buffs Primetime. We're presented by Illegal Pete's. Check out their expanded happy hours this summer, 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. every single day. Your go-to spot for burritos, buddies, and beers. Jake and RK here. We got a fun show, Ryan.
We do. I don't want to hear any twerking accusations. Everyone should just be happy that I'm here.
Yes, you made it. How was last night? You were at the game.
Oh, dude. It was crazy. It was crazy.
It was crazy here.
Honestly, I know. Honestly, one I'll never forget. For sure.
Go.
A day I'll never forget. That was unbelievable. And I guess I won't forget what I can still remember.
I love that. 3 more, man.
3 more wins, baby. I saw Vel in the comments.
Yep.
Might be a Nuggets fan now. If you love basketball, you love the Nuggets.
They're just so fun to watch. And Jokic is just an animal. What'd you say?
He left
3 shots in the first half, or what was it?
I think it was 2. And he ended up leading the game in scoring, just like in the quietest of fashions. You know, like it felt like Jamal had some really loud moments.
Yep.
Bam Adebayo was just like making shots, and in the end, Yoke, 27 points, leads the game.
AG in the first quarter, though.
Incredible.
My God.
We had a leg in our SGP, which was AG over 4 first quarter points. He had it on the first 3 possessions.
I had an SGP hit. I took MPJ over 4.5 rebounds. He absolutely annihilated that.
Yes, he did.
All right. We got a fun show. We're projecting our starters. Everyone's been asking for it.
Yes.
And we're here to deliver, man.
Let's go.
Let's do it. What side of the ball are we doing first, Alyssa?
Wait, what breaking news does Vel have?
Uh-oh. We don't know.
Come on, Vel, give us the breaking news. Right.
Sean's at Falcons camp, by the way. Right now.
Wait.
Super chatting.
From where?
Falcons camp.
Oh, like OTAs?
Yeah.
All right.
He said he's sitting right behind Nate Landman.
The landmine, as I called him. The hammer, as many others called him.
All right. Are we doing offense?
Sure, whatever.
Let's go. The moment we've all been waiting for.
Let's do offense. We're going to start with the quarterback. This one's pretty easy. With this, though, 247 Sports put out their top 25 quarterbacks heading into the season on Instagram today. There's one Sanders on this list. Spencer Sanders.
They're going to learn.
Not even top 25.
They're going to learn.
But he's the quarterback. It's been clear since December.
Yes. It's been clear since the second Coach Prime was hired.
Yeah.
Shedeur is the quarterback, as he should be, and he's about to put some people on notice. Every time we talk about Shedeur now, I want to play that video we have.
Which one?
The one.
Oh, yeah. Maybe that'll surface at some point down the line.
Someday. Next time I have a bad day, that's coming out.
There you go. Running back. This one was a little difficult the last time we did this, but I feel like it's pretty clear now.
It's going to be interesting. Health will obviously play a role, though we feel confident in Alton McCaskill's health. Mm-hmm. But it feels to me like you have a pretty clear top 3.
Right.
With Alton McCaskill, Cavassier Smoke, and Dylan Edwards.
Mm-hmm.
And in my eyes, McCaskill is more fit to start. And I don't mean that from like a health. I mean like he has the makeup of a starting back.
Yep.
Cavassier Smoke has the very good complementary back, and then of course Dylan Edwards is the game breaker.
Yep, and then Anthony Hankerson's going to play a role. We're probably going to see Charlie Offerdahl carries at some point too. Yep. But it is Alton McCaskill. If you want to throw that name up, Alyssa, he was immediately their starting running back at Houston. Took him like a half before he like literally took over, and they were just like, "All right, this guy's got to take the reins."
Give him the rock.
I think this is left tackle.
The likes are rolling in today. Let's go. Let's go for big numbers.
We haven't asked for likes all week, so if you could hit the thumbs up button, we would greatly appreciate that.
Yeah.
Go ahead and show the next name list. I think might be left tackle. It is.
Yes.
And I've stuck with Gerard Christian Lichtenhan. I thought for a minute of putting Landon Beebe here just because of what he did at Missouri State. Of course, a level down, but was an all-conference player there, was graded out very highly at left tackle. But Tank is Tank. He's 6'8", 320, whatever he is.
Yep.
I feel like you just got to work with that.
And he was there all of spring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he has been the guy. He is still young, very young.
Yes.
And, needs to be developed a little bit, but they love big tackles in this system. And they also need those guys to be mobile, but I think he's the guy. It would be interesting to see where Landon Beebe gets the first crack.
Right.
Because I think wherever you see him work first is where the staff is telling us they believe was the weak link of the spring.
So we'll see him a bit later on, but just reading through his little profile, Missouri State, I don't know how this is all graded, but it says averaged a 98% assignment grade and 90% effort grade for the season. Also scored an 80% technique grade from the coaching staff. So these are all school stats.
Interesting.
So at least from their parameters, he graded out very, very well. Left guard, I'm assuming, is next.
Yep.
And, I mean, it's our guy. He was working there all throughout the spring, has been absolutely destroying the weight room, and that's where he played last year.
The most successful weight room spring of anyone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Went crazy on the weights. And to me has a level of dedication and drive that's going to be hard for anyone to knock him off of his seat.
Did you see I don't know if it was well off or Reach the People, but the guys are back there training with Coach Mo, right? Coach Most. And they did this drill. It was like a forearm, like hand strength drill. And so they, you partnered up and you grabbed, like you crossed your arms, everyone grabbed each other's hands and I think it was, was he grabbing Savion's hands? You could just see whoever Tyler's hands that he was grabbing, they were in pain.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Gotta love Rock, dude. He is a star in the making, in my opinion.
Big LT says breaking hands, too. All right, center. Another fairly easy one. Van Wells.
Yep.
One of the best players, if not the best offensive player last year for the Buffs. He'll be back. He's been snapping the ball to Shador when they do player-led practices, all that stuff. He's been there all year. Right guard. I believe this is where he makes his appearance.
Yes, it is.
One Landon Beebe.
So this seems to be maybe our first one that might be controversial. Mm-hmm. You're really high on Landon Beebe.
Yeah.
I trust you, so I'm riding with you on it. But a lot of people thought Jack Bailey should maybe go here.
Taj Alston, that's who he was grabbing in the video. Yeah, Taj was struggling. Isaiah Jada, also another guy in this spot too.
Yep. There's a few options.
Yes. Jack Bailey.
Yep.
I mean.
Yep. He's the Kent State guy, right?
Yes. And then Jack Wilty. All these guys.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good it's not a problem. It's a good place to have depth. Mm-hmm. And there could be some some different mixes in here.
For sure. I think that we're going to see that, though, with just how fast this offense moves. It may not be, of course, every play, but you're probably going to see, a new guard for a series or for a drive or something just to help out.
Is that the Jack Bailey in the comments there? Was it blank message?
Oh, sorry, Jack. We mentioned your name at least.
Let us know.
Right tackle.
A lot of people high on Jack Bailey. I mean, he is a dog for sure.
He graded out very well for Kent State too last year.
And he has a mean streak that I just have a feeling Bill O'Boyle loves. Mm-hmm. And so he's gonna have a chance to crack this starting lineup for sure.
Yep. We'll kind of go through some other names.
I'm curious. Zion says Van Wells is not starting. Who do you see replacing him there?
And he's been working as
freshman All-American.
Yeah, working as the center since Shador literally got there. Like the very first videos we saw of them in the IPF.
Yep.
Just throwing to Jimmy on air. I mean, Van's there snapping the ball to him.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's kind of tough to break that relationship up, even though it's, I guess, 6 months. Tight end.
Wait,
right tackle. Right tackle. Sorry. Another easy one. It's Savion Washington. Kind of struggled a bit in the spring. I don't know if maybe he was being made an example of just by Coach O'Boyle, Coach Lewis.
Right, because they have a relationship with him.
Exactly. He was technically benched for Jake Wiley at parts during the spring, but, I mean, it's hard to deny this guy's size and just strength.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Savion Washington.
I was really, really high on Savion Washington off his Kent State tape. I don't want to let spring ball knock me off of that. It kind of reminds me of like the draft process, right? You love a guy's tape and then he doesn't test well and you're like,
Right.
What was I missing here? And it's like, no, just stick with the tape.
Yep.
And the tape at Kent State was great. And I have a feeling by the time the season rolls around, he will be ready to go and back to being a plus part of the line.
This looks like a pretty strong offensive line, though, even like this. I know people are still saying Jack Bailey, but throw Jack Bailey in there. It's still very strong.
Sure. A lot of people saying Tank isn't starting. The problem for me is there's just not a lot of options there.
BB would be the other guy that I would throw at left tackle.
But how big is he?
He is listed at 6'3", 300. So a little small.
That's small. That's too small. I'm going to just go ahead and say too small to play left tackle.
But he did play all 11 games last season, of course, at a lower level. I mean, there's a lot of guys that I feel like can just fit in at multiple positions on this offensive line, though.
Yep.
Tight end. We kind of talked about this yesterday, and we threw his name in there just because I think if they play a game tomorrow, Louis Passerelle is their starting tight end.
All right. I made the case yesterday that I guess I left it. We were playing take it or leave it. But when we went through this, it was hard for me to say why or give a case other than I think Christian Fourier might be that guy. But at this point,
Caleb.
he makes Caleb. Yes. Christian Fourier already is that guy.
Yes.
Caleb Fourier could, end up taking that position. But for now, I think it's fair to have Louis Passerelle there.
Yeah, Eli Yelverton would be the other guy I guess we'd throw out there. I guess you can't rule out one of these JUCO kids maybe from the camp or someone from the portal still. But we're closing in on camp, and I think you kind of just got to go with what you have at some point.
Yes.
Wide receiver. So we got 3 of them. I think we know who 2 are. We'll find out who the third is. I think we're starting at the top. Alyssa, if you want to show the name. And it's our guy, Travis Hunter.
Lock it in. And he is going to play a lot of offensive snaps. If there's anything that, I feel like we learned in the spring, it's that Travis on offense to me is going to be more than a gimmick.
Oh, yeah.
Throw him out there, try and get a big play. No, he's going to be a big part of the offense.
For sure.
And yes, will they have to balance it and figure out what the best way to use him and do matchups matter and all this? Yes. But I feel very comfortable calling him wide receiver 1.
Absolutely. So earlier today, actually, PFF put out their top 10 returning Pac-12 wide receivers. The Buffs have 2. Do you know which ones they picked?
Yes, I saw this. I saw this tweet from you right before we started the show.
So Jimmy Horn and Xavier Weaver make the list. Travis Hunter may be the best receiver in the Pac-12.
Honestly, looking at the list, I think he has a chance.
Yeah.
I think he has a chance. People are saying Travis doesn't count. I absolutely say he does.
He does count. So remember, when we did this the first time, this was like, you're got to have it line up. I don't know, whatever scenario you want. 3rd and 10.
USC.
Yeah. Travis is going to be on the field, and which is why we have him here in this spot.
Yep. I absolutely believe that Travis Hunter will start most games on the offense.
Yep. May even get the ball first play like we saw in the spring game.
Yep.
Next guy. I think this is Jimmy. It is. Jimmy Horn Jr. It's your 1 and 2. It's your top 2 easily.
Yes. And, you could say that Xavier Weaver becomes a top 2 guy for sure. But coming out of the spring, this was very clear. Those are the guys.
Yep. The chemistry they've already built up with Shador, the fact that they've been running in this offense have already been able to like do the mental reps as well as the physical reps. I mean, they've got plus traits too. These guys are just.
And maybe we moved on from Travis too quickly because it keeps popping up in the comments. Someone said, why count Travis here since he's a specialist? I got to make that clear. I don't believe he is. I believe that he is the wide receiver one of this football team.
Yes, for sure. And
not a specialist.
He said it earlier in the week when they had the first team meeting, when he was the person or the player selected to embody toughness. I don't plan on coming off the field.
I believe him.
Yeah.
I believe that he does not plan on coming off the field. I also believe someone will make him come off the field at some point. But to me, he is wide receiver one. If I had to bet right now on who ends the season with the most receiving yards, I would bet Travis Hunter.
I'm kind of blown away at all these people saying Travis is not starting at wide receiver.
I am too. Well, we're going to see.
We will see.
But to me, he is this team's wide receiver one. He's also their cornerback one.
For sure. Last wide receiver. Who is it? Xavier Weaver.
Yeah. Yeah. He looks nice, man.
He's like, doesn't do one particular thing great. He just does everything well.
Yep. And it's pretty one-for-one Montana Lemonius Craig, but with more production. Mm-hmm. And it's not like you could say, oh, well, he had more production because he had a much better quarterback situation. No, he was on a 1-11 team too, and he produced more last season.
The last 2 years.
Well, I was just going to say he produced more last season than Montana's produced in his whole career at Colorado. So really excited for Xavier Weaver.
Yep. Outproduced Jimmy Horn the last 2 years at USF. I did a film room on those guys. If you want to check it out, DNVR.com. I mean, Xavier Weaver, we saw him working out by the highway. I mean, the feet looked quick there, and the feet are quick on the field. He gets off the line really, really well.
Adrian says he can't be cornerback one and wide receiver one. I wouldn't underestimate him in that way.
Yeah, we're talking about Travis Hunter, yeah.
He's
Don't
different.
put that past him. Other wide receivers, a lot of Javon Antonio love in the chat, and I think you guys are right. He's going to play a big role. But as Nicholas says right there, in red zone situations, I think that's why we wanted the big body.
Yeah, I mean, and rundowns.
Right.
He's going to go in there and just body up some guys and run block. There's going to be, if one position rotates the most of any position, it will be wide receiver. These guys will be consistently moving in and out of there. Bring in the mismatches, see what the defense is showing you. If it's a team with small corners, maybe you just you're throwing back shoulder balls to Javon Antonio. If they are lacking speed, you're going deep to the speed guys. Like there's so many options for this team at wide receiver.
Yep.
But I do think that these are the top three.
You can throw in Jalen Ellis. You can throw in Caleb Mathis. I mean, we have 2 4-star freshmen coming in. Lots of options. Shernay Estes even.
Yeah.
We've got so many options. Cole Basquiat. How many more names do you want?
Cole Basquiat got a Shador Sanders name drop in a press conference.
Yes, you did. Willie Gaines. I mean, Sean Lewis said it himself. They're the angels of the offense. And I think that means multiple things. And I think that also means that you're going to be rotating them in because they're so important. You need them to be fresh.
Yep. I'm now remembering why this show went so big the last time we did it. The comments are just going crazy.
Yep. Yeah. All right.
And I love it. Like, we don't have to agree on everything.
Of course. Anything else on the offensive side of the ball? Right.
It's always a little bit unexpected. I would not have had Javon Antonio pegged as a guy who was going to get a ton of love in the comments.
I thought about throwing him in there for Xavier Weaver. I thought about it.
Interesting. They want him in for Travis.
I can't do that. I can't do that. Caleb Redshirt, I could see that being a possibility too. You have to remember this guy's a true freshman also.
Yep. O'Marion Miller.
Yep. Adam Hopkins. I mean, we can keep going on and on. The point being,
there'd be 10 receivers who play in each game probably.
At least.
Yeah.
Like 8 maybe at least.
Yeah.
The point being, this offense is pretty damn deep.
Yep. Very, very deep.
Every position. I mean, except tight end, I guess, at this point, but every other position. Maybe quarterback depth if we want to get nitty gritty, but
right.
Shout out to Saturday Neon. This beautiful sign sitting right in front of us is from them. Ryan's favorite prop. Yep. Do your thing. It's a company started by two friends and former college roommates at CU. They make officially licensed collegiate logo, LED signs. They are Denver-based, but they'll ship with everything you need to mount, power, and dim every sign. They're very easy to install and operate. They've officially licensed stuff for 19 select schools, including Colorado, Arizona, Alabama, Wisconsin, Auburn, and many others. You got Father's Day coming up. These make great gifts. Go to SaturdayNeon.com and use the code DNVR. You'll get 10% off your order today. They also offer free shipping for orders over $200. Then shout out to Shador's No. 2 Barbecue. I went hard on it this week. Gonna need another bottle soon. Do you have any plans for barbecue or Shador barbecue sauce project next?
Maybe tomorrow. I do want to do wings. Definitely got to do some Shador's
I got to try. Yeah, that's one thing I need to do too. You guys can get your hands on some No. 2 barbecue sauce at plbse.com. Make sure you use the code ALLCITY, all caps, all one word, at checkout for 10% off your order of No. 2. Then also shout out to Shady Rays, fight off the sun, and look fly in your Shady Rays this summer. Make sure you use the code DNVR. You can go to the Park Meadows Mall if you're here in town and shop their entire collection, or go to shadyrays.com. It's all there as well. If you lose or break your shades, even on day one, Shady Rays has you covered. Again, go to shadyrays.com. Use the code DNVR. You'll get 50% off 2 or more pairs of polarized sunglasses, and you can try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 250,000 people. Comments are on fire.
You got to get Giovanni Antonio on the show.
Yeah. Kofi Taylor Barks talked to Brian yesterday.
Hell yeah.
A day ago.
How was the accent?
I didn't watch it yet, but I
Okay.
saw a lot of people saying in the chat before the show that they loved it, and there's like a new favorite player for them.
That's awesome. I saw there's a Reach the People video out on him too.
Yes. Yep. Lots of content this week.
Yes.
We need to catch up.
I know. I'm behind for sure.
All right, let's go to defense. We made a hell of a call on defense when we did this last time with Cormani McClain.
Yes, that was sick.
It was so dope. Literally the day of his commitment that we didn't even know was going to be happening.
That's like Babe Ruth type shit.
Really? Yeah, pointing to the outfield.
Yep. Yeah, we were on here. We just said, let's just throw Cormani at starting corner. He's going to be a buff. Boom. By the time we got home, he was a buff.
Yep.
Actually, you weren't even home. You were on your way to
I was
Boulder.
on my way to the basketball game.
Yep.
Yeah, I had to pull over in a church parking lot to
Yep.
send all that stuff. All right. We're starting at edge. And I don't know which one we're starting. I think we're starting with right side. And it's Derek McClendon.
So this one was tough. There are so many guys who can be out here.
Yep.
I thought about Jeremiah Brown.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about Savell Smells. Savell Smalls. Jeez. Savell Smalls. And I think he will be in run situations for sure. But in the end, go with Derek McClendon, proven ACC performer on one side of the D-line here.
Yep, kind of does it in both facets of the game. Good against the run, can rush the passer, has 7 sacks the last 2 seasons, but 9.5 tackles for a loss in that time as well. Big-bodied guy, too. And, I mean, Dominic's on the other side. We know this.
Yes.
And they have this similar body type, like this 6'3", 6'4", 250 pounds, where it's just a nice blend. You get some size on the edge, so you're still big on the defensive line, but these guys can turn the corner and get after the passer.
Yeah, and I mean, this one is, to me, this is the hardest to figure out. There are so many guys. All it takes is one to pop. And like you said, in the comments here, Savell Smalls all of a sudden looks like a 5-star. Boom, he's in there.
Yep.
Oh, gosh, you're going to have to help me with his name from Maine.
Kyrie Mans.
Again, another guy. There's all these guys who have produced at, lower level schools. You have the speed off the edge and the motor of Jeremiah Brown. It's just, this is going to be one hell of a competition and also one hell of a rotation. That's the big thing that I think people need to understand about this show is we're trying to cut it down to 22 just because that makes for good content.
Right.
But there will be so much rotation at this position.
Throw in Tyge Alston too. I mean, again, another guy. He almost committed too early.
Bishop Thomas. Although, is he gonna? Do you see him more outside or inside?
He's so athletic. I wouldn't put anything by him.
Yeah.
But I would be interested to see how much weight what he's playing at. At this point. You could also throw in Zach Blackwood, the JUCO kid. Chance Main is back. Our guy Arden Walker.
Yep.
I mean, this is JJ Hawkins. It's so deep at edge. And again, it's another position, as you said. We're going to see a lot of rotation here. And they've got some different body types too. Like Kyrie Mans is a little smaller but more athletic. Same with Jeremiah Brown.
Yep.
I'm really looking forward to see how they manage this front. To the beef in the middle, though.
I can't wait till we get to the secondary. People are going to lose their minds.
I think we have, or can you help me out? Oh, it's Shane Cokes.
Boom.
Your guy.
Maybe let me just think before I say something that I'm going to regret. Other than Shador and Travis at cornerback one, which apparently, people are disagreeing on wide receiver one, maybe the biggest lock to hold down this position.
Yes.
He is a captain or however Coach Prime wants to define it. Mm-hmm. He is a leader. He is a beast. He is killing it in the weight room. He is playing from this position.
Also, I'll add this right now. This is just a 4-2-5, and it's just like a generic. They're going to be so multiple on defense, and guys are going to be all over the place. So don't get too upset as we move through this. The next defensive tackle, the big man, Leonard Payne.
Yep.
Didn't really have too much production at Fresno State, but this is their biggest defensive lineman. Mm-hmm. And you lose Jalen Sami, you need size, you need that run stuffer, someone who can run two gaps. He can do that.
Yep. And again, you like the versatility that you get from a lot of these guys because you can go, like we've mentioned, with NASCAR packages, and you can, get a little light on third down and take him off the field and bring in just like another one of those bigger guys that you like to rush the passer. Maybe that's where Bishop Thomas plays this year. There's a lot of options of what you can do depending on the down, but in a base defense, he's going to be playing in the middle, being that big boy.
For sure. Next guy on the edge, we already said his name, Jordan Dominic. One of the, I guess, crown jewels of the first part of the transfer class was getting him, a guy who was, I believe, second or third in the SEC in sacks last year. He had 7.5. He had double-digit TFLs.
He was second. Yep. And first was
Drew Saunders?
No.
Or was it Will Anderson?
First was Will Anderson. Second was Jordan Dominic. Third was Drew Sanders, who's now a Denver Bronco.
So that's a pretty decent front four right there. Moving to the second level.
Amari McNeil, another option in there.
Yep, it's crazy, man.
That's actually maybe a place where we could end up being wrong there.
Defensive lineman?
Yeah.
Zach Blackwood's also a big guy, 6'4", 285. He had a great season in JUCO last year. We'll see if he can make the jump. Okay, second level. This one feels pretty solid to me, the second level.
Yes.
And the first guy being Demoy Kennedy, another one of those like jewel transfers that you got in. Just a guy that's like, yeah, this is an instant contributor.
He might be the my guyest of my guys.
Yeah.
Like, I am so hyped for Demoy Kennedy. I think that he's going to be a big-time fan favorite as soon as he sets foot on that field.
For sure.
Also, let's crank those likes up. Let's get to 500 today.
Let's do it. Demoy Kennedy, of course, has the injury that he's working through, but all we heard about from Coach Kelly and Coach Sal was this guy's speed. I think even Coach Hart mentioned his speed, and he hasn't really seen him on the field in person yet. But that speed, having that as a factor at linebacker, not only to cover, but potentially spy when you're going against Caleb Williams and Bo Nix in the Pac-12, you need an athletic guy in the second level. Brendan Gant can be a guy too. But the next linebacker, a guy who has also emerged as a potential captain, but one of the more notable guys. I heard that he also spoke in that first team meeting too.
Oh, nice.
One of those things. Levante Bentley, the former Clemson player, played there for 4 years, played there quite a bit, but in a reserve role. Now he gets to start.
Early in terms of getting his number.
Yep.
He's going with 20, right?
Yes.
And yeah, he's a beast. He a little more of a thumper, and I like that combination of him and Demoy. I think those two could be again like a fan favorite, like Bash Brothers type of combination there.
We got a lot of freshmen here at linebacker coming in. Victory Johnson, Kofi Taylor-Barracks.
Victory Johnson, man, his tape is so intriguing. He's so long.
I think you're thinking of Morgan Pearson.
Isn't Victory Johnson 6'4"?
He is 6'4".
Okay.
Morgan Pearson was your guy. That's all.
Yes, both of them.
Okay.
But Victory Johnson, what I was going to say is he's so long that you could envision seeing him playing in some zone defenses because he can take up so much space in the middle of the field.
Yep. Even the returning guys, Marvin Ham, Isaac Hurtado, they got their numbers. And Jeremiah Brown. I'm sure we'll see him play off ball as well.
A lot.
All right.
Oh, he's going to play a lot. Maybe not a lot of off ball.
Right. Here we go, man.
All right, get your typing fingers out, chat. I know you're about to be mad. Whatever it may be, someone's going to be mad about something.
I already saw comments.
I know.
Let's just do it. Next corner or next part of the field, we're going to the secondary, and at cornerback, Omarion Cooper.
Okay, this is not listing him as cornerback 1.
Right. It's just
his name popped up first.
But we know who the other two are, right?
Yes. So you like Omarion Cooper. This could be Jaquez Robinson.
Yes.
This could be a myriad of different people. Also, it's not always going to be 3 corners. It could be 3 safeties.
Yep.
There's so many different things, but Omarion Cooper's one of your guys. And it was definitely a great poll. One that I believe FSU fans even admitted they didn't want to lose.
Yeah.
And they never admit anything.
No. I'm still blown away that Omarion Cooper was that big in the video.
Everyone in the comments is just going, here we go.
Oh, Lord. How is this even bad?
No, I just mean like they're just saying like, oh, everyone's about to get riled up.
We already know the other 2 corners. And we're not sleeping on Jaquez Robinson. I mean, when you have Travis Hunter playing both ways, we talked about it, wide receiver. You're going to see a lot of wide receiver rotation.
Yep.
You're probably going to see a lot of cornerback rotation, too.
Like we mentioned the other day, you got to go cover a 9 ball. Just get off the field. Someone else will come in with fresh legs and get you a breather for the next play.
So Jaquez Robinson still very much in the conversation. You could throw in... Who else do we have? I just lost my page.
Now we've got the opposite take from Connor. Travis ain't playing cornerback outside of red zone and specific plays.
Oh, I love it.
Just shaking it up in there.
We have Kendrick Breedlove. We also have... I lost my page. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Let's just go through the other 2 here.
I mean, we already know these next guys. Travis J plays safety. Cornerback, we have Cormani McLean.
Yep. That was actually... has already been considered controversial in the comments as well. I was reading.
Cormani?
Yes. They're saying Cormani's not starting. He's a true freshman. And one of the things I saw is like he's going to take a couple games or whatever, someone said. Even if that's true, we're not talking about who's starting play 1 against TCU. We're saying like the best version of the lineup in the biggest game. Who's playing. So even if you think Cormani takes a couple weeks before he takes over a starting role, which I personally don't, he would still be on this if you believe in him being a starter when he's ready.
Right. And, I mean, Coach Prime added at the spring game, he may play both ways too. I'd assume he also, just like Travis last year, starts at cornerback, and then maybe you try and flesh out the offensive side of his game towards the end of the year, maybe just next offseason. But this guy... We watched the film, man. He's supremely talented.
Yes.
He's super sticky, super long, great ball skills. Man, a lot of I don't understand why people are just not on the Cormani train anymore.
I don't either. He is going to play, and he's going to play a lot, and he's going to be the second best corner on this team, in my opinion.
I don't think he'd come to Colorado if he wasn't going to play right away.
No. But also, Coach Prime, I don't think is promising people playing time. He's promising people opportunities.
Exactly.
They got to go take care of it. But There is like we've seen the connection between Travis and Coach Prime, and it's a very, very close connection. I'm already starting to see a little bit of that with Cormani too. Like I think Coach Prime sees that same thing in him, wants to take him under his wing, and I think Cormani is really going to lean on Coach Prime once he gets here.
Oh yeah,
and so we're going to see that relationship really blossom, and Cormani's going to start.
He is going to start. He's going to play a lot. Next guy.
I love it. Every other comment. Cormani starting. Cormani not starting. Cormani starting. Cormani not starting.
And just because we don't list the guys doesn't mean we're sleeping on guys like Carter Stoutmeyer. We named him.
Yep.
I'm sure these guys are going to get chances to play, and we're probably going to see them at least on special teams in some regard.
Of course. Kendrick Breedlove as well.
Yes. Last cornerback, Travis Hunter. Are we going to get pushed back?
At this point, we could get pushed back on anything. But no, yes, we are all in agreement here. Travis is cornerback one.
Yep. He proved it in the one spring game or spring practice rep he had.
That was so awesome.
And he posted a DB training video, I think earlier in the week, maybe last weekend. The dude has just some of the most like fluid and quick hips, just natural talent I've ever seen.
Yes.
It's insane.
He's special.
He really is. Roderick Ward's another guy you can throw out there. He's coming in as a graduate transfer, so he's got 1 year to play. He kind of plays safety too, I think. Yeah. I guess you could throw Travis J in the conversation though, but as we've seen in Well Off, he's got a big brace on his leg and stuff still. Yeah. So who knows if we get him later down the line. All right.
Let's go, baby.
Safeties.
Which one's going to pop up first?
I know which one. It's the good one that's going to pop up. It's Shiloh Sanders.
All right. So this is one that we didn't have last time around.
Because he wasn't on the team yet.
Because he wasn't on. Exactly. Because he was not on the team yet.
And we got destroyed.
Yeah. It probably helped the algorithm.
It probably did.
But yes, Shiloh is now a Buff thanks to his incredible commitment video. And I think he will start. I really do. This one is going to be highly debatable as well, I think, just because there's so many guys. But the big thing for me was going back to the tape before he got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a whole different set of tape than him coming back in like record time off a torn ACL last year to play in that season. That tape was still good, but not as good. You go back and watch that tape, man, from before he got hurt, and you see an explosive ball hawking, fear instilling safety that does right by wearing the number 21 on his back.
Yep.
So I do have Shiloh as a starter, and I think that once we get to see him fly around out there, and I really do mean fly, people are going to agree.
For sure. Another guy coming in as a grad transfer too. He's going to play.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he's going to be healthy. I can't wait to watch him too. And we all know that he brings the boom. This is going to be a very hard-hitting safety tandem because the next guy is...
Uh-oh.
Throw it up, Alyssa.
The last safety.
The last safety. Trevor Woods.
Ooh. Let's hear it, chat. Let's hear it.
Let's
Sleep
go.
on him. Sleep on him.
I mean, we've been telling you guys since December, this guy can flat out play football.
We just
I know. I've been trying to find it.
All right. Well, we'll get back to it.
Oh, it just popped up. We'll talk about it after this. We're almost done. But Trevor Woods can play ball. He can play at this level.
Yes.
And he will be an impact player for this football team.
Yes. The reasons why people are sleeping on him, I think, mostly starts with the fact that he was on the team last year.
Mm-hmm.
He was quite arguably the best player on the team last year. And, we bring this up every time, but if you think that Xavier Weaver and Jimmy Horn can be great, then you can't hold being on a 1-11 team against Trevor Woods. He was fantastic last season. And that was with a lot of players around him who weren't helping him. He was covering up a lot of bases on his own. This year, he's going to be able to just do what he does best. So, again, safeties will be rotated and rotated and rotated. And there's going to be a lot of different guys on the field, but y'all got to stop sleeping on Trevor Woods.
Why so much disrespect?
I don't know.
I put on last year's film. It's really ugly and it's not fun to watch. But you will notice number 43. I promise you that.
Yes, you will.
Wow.
That's all right. We don't have to agree on everything. But you guys will see. You'll see him play.
There's a lot of safeties, man. I mean, it hurt, but Cam Silman Craig, we had to leave him off. Probably the next guy up, though.
Well, and again, if you want to go with bring down a safety into the box, you're going to put Cam on the field, know, and you can do that with a lot of these guys, but Cam was high on,
We just got called homers.
I mean, I am absolutely a homer, so, you can't really hurt me with that accusation. But I love Cam Silman Craig. I want as much Cam Silman Craig on the field as I can get. But he's, a little bit more specialized.
I mean, we've talked about it when we did it last time. There's probably going to play a ton of safeties, a ton of cornerbacks. They're probably going to have specific roles. I mean, Brandon Gaunt is a guy that you can throw in at safety if you wanted to, depending on the situation. If this is the defense is in the red zone and the offense is threatening to score, you probably put those bigger guys in there who are willing to be more nasty at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage, Yep.
We knew we would.
You could throw in Vito Tisdale. You could throw in
Vito too.
You could throw him in Slush.
If you're calling him 1-11 Trevor, you got to call him 1-11 Jimmy and 1-11 Xavier.
I mean, I can't believe we're having this conversation again.
I know.
What other safeties do we have? Roderick Ward is another guy said. They're going to be rotating at multiple positions this year, and starters, I feel like, is going to be a very loose term with this team.
Y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy.
We're not. Oh, okay. There it is. We did it.
Yep. And I like it. I stand by it.
I do too.
The hard part about this is the rotations will be so heavy that I don't think anyone will ever really be proven right or wrong, except for us being proven right when Trevor Woods goes out and balls and everyone realizes, okay, they were right. He's a baller.
Yep. Oh, crazy. Can't wait to hear the feedback. All right. We will get to the commitment very, very quickly.
I wish I was still drunk from last night because then I wouldn't have this hangover to deal with.
After we step out on the streets from today's show, we may risk physical harm.
Oh my God.
We need to have Backus and Shanker on speed dial here. If you need to sue, smash the 2. They've been winning money for Colorado families for more than 25 years. No upfront fees to speak with them. No fees while they work on your case, and no fees unless they win your case and win money for you. They've won over $1 billion for their clients. You can find them in Denver, Aurora, Englewood, and Fort Collins. They help with all kinds of injury cases where you weren't at fault. Car accidents, motorcycle, rideshare, pedestrians, trucks, and can even help if you're injured at work. Call us at 222-2222 to find out if you have a case. Backus and Shanker wins. Shout out to Fubo TV. Over 140 plus live channels of sports shows, movies, and news. You can watch the Nuggets win the NBA Finals on ABC.
Let's go, baby.
You can stream live TV from any device.
No Heat fans at the game last night.
Really?
I saw like one. It was an old guy with a Jimmy Butler jersey tucked into his dad jeans.
How was the gold shirt representation last night? It looked strong on TV.
I think it was the best of any shirts they've given out yet.
For sure. It looked the best on TV also.
Yeah, it was awesome. I didn't wear mine because my shirt was lucky, so I couldn't mess with that.
Yep.
But I just like kind of draped it around my neck to make sure it was still seen on TV.
You got to have some gold.
Yeah.
You can start watching immediately with a 7-day free trial. No contract, no cable, no hassle. And you can go to www.fubotv.com/DNVR to sign up for 15% off your first month of Fubo Pro. And then also shout out to FOCO, the leading manufacturer of sports and entertainment merchandise. With the product line includes apparel, accessories, toys, bobbleheads, all kinds of cool stuff. Great for gifts, and also great for just decking out your man cave. Or if you want island gear.
Absolutely.
FOCO's got your back for Colorado
Island
sports.
gear.
Or our back for Colorado sports, and they have yours too. Get the best gear around by using the link in our description. You can use the promo code DNVR. You'll get 10% off there. Chad says Heat's winning the next game.
Okay.
Shout out Foco, though.
Couple things here. If you don't think Trevor Woods is going to be a starting safety, the best way to communicate that with us is by liking the stream.
Yep.
And Jake even told me off camera that if we get to 1,000 likes, we'll change it and take Trevor Woods out of the starting lineup.
There you go. Yep. All right. Nymir Robinson. We talked about him a week or two ago. It wasn't that long ago.
Yep.
But he is just committed to Colorado. I'm pretty sure this is a preferred walk-on.
Oh, okay. Yes. I'm pretty sure of that as well. I'm also 100% sure that this is the son of Nuggets legend Nate Robinson.
Yep.
Also maybe a legend in other places as well. Of course, multi-time dunk contest champion at sub 6 feet or maybe 6 feet flat. So fun to watch in his heyday. And also a former corner at the University of Washington.
Yep. He also has a grandfather, Jackie Robinson, who was a running back at the University of Washington from 1981 to 85. He won the 1982 Rose Bowl MVP and the 1985 Orange Bowl MVP. Was a draft pick to the Buffalo Bills. So there's bloodlines there. This write-up on 247 Sports sounds great. It's really just about his size. He's only listed at 5'9", 170. He's playing corner, but apparently really good hips, plays the ball well.
Bloodlines,
man. They matter. They do matter.
Oh, yes. And Coach Prime might be the most likely to land players with great bloodlines.
Yep. So he is coming in, I'm assuming soon. It says class of 2023. So another one.
All right. Let's go.
All right. Let's get to questions.
Have you been able to keep up?
No, I couldn't find James.
I got it here. Yeah.
That was I think that was in the Broncos stream.
No, it was in Buffs.
Oh, okay.
It was before the show, though. James Partney said, I have a question for you in RK. Which current Buff would you love to see the Broncos draft next year?
Which current Buff would you love to see the Broncos draft next year?
I have my answer.
Well, I don't want this player to leave after this season, but I would be happy to see Shedeur Sanders become a Bronco.
Yep. That's the guy, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Oh, someone said we left kickers and punters off our projected starters.
We left long snapper off,
We should have done it, man. We should have done it.
Maybe that's what we lead the show with on Monday.
Who will be the starting kicker and punter for Deion, Coach Prime Sanders in Colorado?
Yep.
That stream's going to pop off.
I'll throw Jimmy Horn's name out there. I don't think they go a receiver again next year in the draft, but man, that'd be fun to have, and we know his speed's for real too.
Yeah.
Maybe Shane Cokes.
Ooh, Shane Cokes is a good one.
I mean, any of those guys on the defensive line, lots of grad transfers.
Yep. Shiloh
would be fun.
And then he gets to stay in Colorado with the fam.
Yep.
Like it.
Next question from Miko. Jake and RK, any updates about Savell Smalls? Haven't seen him on campus or the videos. I'm sure he's working his way here.
So I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but in the Pacific Northwest, most of the schools up there are on the trimester system, and that means they end way later. So like Oregon hasn't finished school yet, and Washington might be the same.
Yeah. I mean, we still have time until camp starts.
Oh yeah, a lot of time.
We're fine. Sean with the super chat. Hey, if I can get Nate Lamon to agree to it, would y'all be open to having him on the show one day right here by him at Falcons Open OTAs?
First ever DNVR NIL deal was with Nate Landman. We love Nate. We still have his shirts around here, and was a dog on the field.
Yep.
So fun to watch. So yes, of course, we would love to have Nate on.
I wrote a Nate Lamon film room a couple years ago.
He was sick.
Yeah, we'd be really open to having him on the show. It'd be great to have him on, actually.
Great buff. Buffalo Heart Award winner.
Yep.
Great buff.
Gerald with the question. I need that barbecue sauce link. I can't find it on your link. PLBSE.com, brother.
PLBSE.com.
Yep, I just loaded up. And then you can shop by athlete, you can shop by product there. And yeah, it ain't hard to find.
There we go. PLBSE.com.
Use code ALLCITY.
Let's go.
LC, Jake and RK, were you surprised with the CU versus Nebraska ticket prices through the school? That said, I would rather give a ticket to a CU fan than sell a ticket to a Corn fan. Great job, LC.
Not surprised necessarily. Like, if these tickets are going to go for this much money on the secondary market, CU should be able to get that much money on the original market, in my opinion. Like, remember, this isn't like a pro team that's being run by a billionaire where it's like if they're asking for more money, it's just a money grab.
Right.
It's like, we got an athletic department to run here. We got a big old contract to pay Coach Prime. We need, money for upgrades and all this stuff. So if this was the Broncos, and they were good all of a sudden and they were gouging people on single game prices, I would have a different feeling towards it. But I want the school to secure the bag. It's only better for the athletic program.
Yep. Even yesterday, just looking at finals ticket prices, me and my brother were looking an hour before the game. They dropped down significantly.
Don't tell me that, bro.
Sorry, but I'm just saying.
I pulled the trigger early because some seats popped up right next to where Spencer and Kylie sit. And I was just like, screw it. I'll pay the little bit extra to get these seats.
Yeah.
And then I texted Spencer. And I talked to him about this earlier in the day. Like, if I see some near you, I'm going to grab them. I text Spencer and Kylie in the group chat with Allie, and I'm like, we got tickets right next to you guys. I'm like, oh, shit, we forgot to tell you our tickets are in a different spot tonight. I was like, I hate you guys.
Damn. Oh, rip your bank account.
But their friends were in their seats, so we got to hang with them.
There you go.
They're our friends, too.
David asks, has Smoke arrived on campus yet? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was in the videos.
It's Boulder, bro. Smoke never leaves campus.
That's true. Angela, Jake and RK, at first look, how does Louis luggage look? How does the new Louis luggage compare to other Pac-12 teams?
One thing that stood out to me, like watching the barbecue and stuff like that and seeing these guys work out a little bit, is I don't think anyone's going to be throwing around accusations of this team looking small.
That was the dumbest argument that they could have possibly thought up during the spring.
Yeah.
It wasn't true then, and yeah.
It's certainly not true now.
It's literally just the concussion things that they put on their helmets.
It makes their bodies look small.
Yeah.
And then also the loose practice jerseys.
Yes. But whatever, keep sleeping. It looks good, though. There's a lot of teams to beat in the Pac-12, though. Oregon and USC are kind of at a different level that we'll get there. Nicholas says, any word of Bentley or Connor Gilbreth? Oh, man.
I think it's Gilbreth.
Gilbreth. Who was who was Bentley?
I can't remember. But no.
Nope, I haven't heard anything. Gilbreth posted a video of him cleaning like 270 pounds or something the other day.
I thought you were going to say like cleaning his room.
Sean with another super chat. Dominic is part of history. Only player that I know of that has played for both schools that won 1990 Natty.
Only one school won the 1990 Natty. I have no idea what you're talking about, Sean. For real, though. Only because Nebraska's coach didn't put CU in his top 25 is the only reason why Colorado didn't get had to share with Georgia Tech.
Whatever, man. They won the bowl game. Dallin Bentley. I'm going to be honest. I don't really remember who that is at this point.
I don't know if we've heard that name.
Snow College tight end, 6'5", 255.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes.
He is uncommitted on 247.
He'll get there.
Oh, man. Tons of look at all the comments that we had today.
I know, dude. Wait, what does it say? How many?
1,566.
Oh, my God.
That's wild.
Yep, this one's going to do numbers again.
You guys killed it. Minister Philly, how are they going to keep all those defensive ends? By rotating them on the field.
Yep. Also, while we have all of you here and paying attention, keep a close eye out for the TCU drop.
Yes.
Big plans for us. We're going to be all going down to Fort Worth together.
Yep.
So keep a close eye out. and we will be announcing that early next week.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Hyped.
Very hyped.
Another thing while we have your attention, subscribe to the podcast. Go to Apple Podcasts. We're actually a 4.7 podcast now on Apple Podcasts.
Let's go. We're climbing.
You guys did it. Let's keep on going, though.
Yep.
We appreciate all your 5-star reviews. Still a perfect 5 stars on Spotify, by the way. What are we?
It rhymes with can't.
Oh, my God. Subscribe to the podcast, though. Even when you're not here watching us on YouTube, you can get us anywhere you are on your favorite podcasting app. Okay, which one do we have? Brad, did we ever get the graphic of the people that came in compared to the players that went out? Next week, bro. I promise it's coming.
We've always said next week.
Well, graphics people aren't too happy with me right now.
They've got a lot on their plate.
They do have a lot on their plate. D. Lee, sup guys? With all the wide receiver depth, do you guys see Adam Hopkins or Marion Miller possibly redshirting this year?
I think it's on the table for just about every freshman to redshirt, probably outside of Cormani.
Yep. I mean, you brought in 50 guys via the portal. That's just scholarship players.
Yep.
A lot of those guys, grad transfers, older guys that want to get on the field and obviously show what they can do and try to make it to the NFL.
Yep.
So, yeah, I wouldn't roll that out. What else do we have? G3, will see you be more noticeable for cornerbacks or wide receivers? Why not both?
What does that mean, more noticeable?
I think it just means like cornerback you, like type of stuff.
Probably corners, but I agree. Why not both?
Yep. Ryan Wingo the other day someone tagged me in a video. Was talking about like what he likes in a head coach and stuff. Sounded a lot like Coach Prime.
Let's go. Not hard to find.
Connor.
Sad news on this front.
Are y'all signing PHNX Sean? We are not.
We made the Final Four.
We even got a Wilt Fong crystal ball, man.
I know. Well, Wilt Fong was off his game. Also, that was like such a flex. Great job by Brady. It just made our listenership look so cool.
Yeah.
That like they got in on the joke. He made the graphic, did the crystal ball. Like I just know they were over there at PHNX being like, damn, those Buffs fans are crazy.
Yep, they got a taste of it, huh?
Yeah. So that was awesome. But he has announced he is not transferring in the college ranks. He's going pro.
He is going pro.
PHNX Diamondbacks. Sean, huge baseball guy.
Really?
Yep. Getting to live the dream, going to cover some baseball.
That's fucking awesome, man. Congrats to him. Already told him congrats from the Buffs Twitter, but yeah, that's exciting. At least we'll be able to see him and maybe talk a little bit of ASU shit to them.
Yes.
Come October, I believe.
I actually texted him last night, and I was like, all these jokes are funny, but it would actually be lit if you came and joined the Buffs podcast.
It would be. We made the top 4 at least.
Yep. We were in the conversation.
Was our NIL just not up to par? What was it?
I don't know. We made a strong offer.
We really did. I thought that. I mean, that hurts, man. You know?
I think he wanted to stay close to home.
Yeah, it makes sense. Hometown kid.
I Swear TV said, is he leaving for real or was that a joke? No, he's actually leaving the Sun Devils podcast to go to the D-backs podcast.
Yep. He's still at PHNX, though.
Yep.
Over 1,600 comments today.
That's got to be a record. I've never really looked at that number before.
Neither have I. I just noticed that it was really big today.
Once it was 4 digits, it caught your eye.
Great show, though. Great week of stuff, content. I'm writing, so to go with this, I'm going to go a little bit deeper. I think I'm going to write like a depth chart article over the weekend.
Hell yeah.
So
I love that.
Be on the lookout for early next week, a full depth chart.
Boom.
But other than that, we'll be back Monday.
All right. What a way to end the week. A big show.
Yep.
A commitment live on air.
Yep.
And hopefully everyone that disagrees with us will forgive us and come back Monday.
Yeah, can't wait to see what these comments look like in 24 hours.
It's gonna be fun.
Next week's gonna be fun too. We have a lot of cool stuff planned. Hopefully some guests make it in too.
Yeah, sounds like it.
We're just getting started, man. See you guys next week. Go Buffs.
Let's go Buffs.